Hello, my name is Tesla. I'm a 25-year-old woman in Texas, and I show you pretty much everything I do with my money. I got paid yesterday, and I've already made some purchases, so let's just get into it. I paid off my travel card last month. I'll cover this in my July review wrap-up, but I wasn't sure if my interest was going to kick in August 1st or August 31st, and I didn't want to risk it. I've never paid interest, and I don't want to now, so I am debt-free there. I think I'm still going to put some charges on it, even though I'm not going to actively use it, because I've heard that if you close your cards early a lot, then your credit score can go down. I'm not sure if the length of having a credit card open factors into my score, but just in case. My cashback card is definitely growing, though. I have basically replaced my debit card with my cashback card. I received $32.22 from my cashback reward, and I put it towards my card. So the way I handle it is I treat it in an inflow into my savings, and then I do a pretend transfer from my savings into my credit card. It wants 70.25, so I'll just do that. As we all know, the market is crashing right now, so I think there's no better time to pay myself first and invest, but my life is getting pretty hectic here on out. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. But no matter what's going on, I still don't want to stop investing since I basically got a 40-year timeline, and I really wanted to be consistent this year. And at the beginning of this year, I was so sure I was going to nail this because everything was automated, and in what circumstances would I not be able to invest $1,300 a month? But my parents are being evicted from their home due to a sneaky clause in their rent-to-own contract. So we're doing a GoFundMe, we're hosting bake sales and garage sales, but by the end of this month or so, but by the end of this journey, I may have to bail them out. I don't know what that entails, but I'm pretty stressed out about that. And they've always been pretty poor, and they can't leave their area because my dad would lose his job, and then my little brother is autistic, and even though he's 15, he's about mentally 8, and we're worried if we throw too much change or trauma at him, he might like regress. And so I was already stressed about not having a roommate after this month, and then increasing my spending by $800. I was already unsure how I was going to save or invest anything, but obviously this is a much larger problem. I'm going to keep budgeting. I'm still expecting $800 from my roommate this month, so I'm keeping it normal for investing in this month, which is why I put $450 into a brokerage and then continued on with my 401k. But beyond this, I don't know how consistently I'm going to be able to invest, and it's pretty scary for me. Obviously, I have a lot bigger worries than just saving or investing, but my financial life could pretty quickly go to hell. So this is going to be an interesting time. I still think I might be able to break even or maybe even save a little by the end of August if my roommate does end up paying me. I don't have all that money now though, so my savings is going to show as a negative. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to my bills. My Wi-Fi and electricity have more than doubled, even though I've been using the exact same amount. I hope my HOA doesn't raise my fees and that my water stays relatively the same. It's not showing my scheduled transactions for this month, but I did calculate them earlier. And I know it's going to be somewhere close to $1,566.38. It could get up to $1,600, hopefully not over that. So my plan is I like to fund it all at the beginning of the month, so my plan is to move money from major repairs into my bills and then just try to replenish this fund by the end of the month and break even. I did that in 1 month once before, I think it was last month, and I was able to successfully do that. I am going to assign $600 from my check right now. Once my roommate pays me, I'll put her contributions there, and then I'll fill in whatever the gap is from the rest of my paycheck. I know it doesn't make sense to, well, maybe it doesn't make sense to add to other savings categories when one is so negative, but I still have to make sure that I prioritize my dog no matter what happens. So that's 45. And my car, I have been in a battle with my car all freaking year, so I'm just going to sign what it tells me to for my car because I am sure I'm going to have a come to Jesus talk and get my car fixed eventually. If you'll see here, I made significant headway on my month ahead fund last month, but that is only because my major repairs fund was overfunded by like $600 or $700, so I moved it into my month ahead. And then I had a down payment fund that was $300. And who am I kidding? Like, I'm not going to save up for a down payment, and that $300 wasn't serving me there, so I just moved it here. And then I updated my goal to be larger to 2,500 by the end of the year. It wants 124.75, but I am pretty nervous about my finances this month, so I am just going to go for 75. I'm still going to fund my memberships because through all the craziness, knowing that I can go to yoga every day and get my body moving and stretch and breathe, like, it's kind of the only thing keeping me sane, and I don't want to cut that out of my life. Of course, I will if I have to, but I'm going to fund it while I still can. That puts me at negative $737.48, which, if my roommate follows through on what she's supposed to do, that will get covered. On to basic expenses. For groceries, this first week of August, I won't need very much. My team is in town this week, so that means free lunches and then some team dinners, and then I have sandwiches at home. I currently have 2 HelloFresh boxes scheduled. I don't have the toolkit on, so it doesn't show it as a negative, but I have to assign 90.66 for that. Sometimes I cancel a box last minute, but let's just plan to cover it. And then lately I've been going to the gas station to get like water bottles, which is wasteful and not a good habit, but I'm going to round up to 100 just in case I do that. My car insurance did go down a little bit by like $30 because I have an app that gives me a discount if you're a good driver. I've never gotten above a 6% discount. So I don't know what that says about me as a driver. But now I'm just paying $142.14, and then normally I give myself a tank a week, which I think was about $40 to $50 a tank now. I'm going to go for the higher estimate, so that would be $242.14. And then since my dad's being evicted, I've been traveling back and forth, and he lives 3 hours away from me, which is like almost a tank each way because I've been helping them pack and make lists and try to be there for them. So I'm going to go back again, I'm sure. So that's going to be like another $100, which puts me at $342.14. I set goals for all my categories. I don't know how I came up with this $12 number for personal care, but let's just put it in there. For home care, I never bought that street side security camera I was thinking about, and I'll probably hold off on it this month as well. I'm still going to put $20 just because I don't know what random things I'm going to need. For pet care, Chip has been staying with my mom until my roommate moves out because having some trust issues with her, and I just don't want to risk him. He's too important, and I miss him every single day. And on top of everything else that's been going on, I feel like not seeing him has also made my mental health state worse, but at least I know he's taken care of and he's healthy, but 0 for the next 2 weeks. And he's having fun at my mom's house with her dog, so that's good, I guess. That leaves me $127.63 for lifestyle expenses. Oh God, how am I gonna do that? That's how much I spend on freaking dining out. Okay, well, 0 for appearance. That is easy. Hopefully nobody needs to borrow money from me this month. In fact, I hope I get paid back a bit this month. I wish I was the type of person to like let things go, but truthfully, I've never let anything go in my life, whether it was money or anything else. Luckily, the people in my life know that about me, and they've always made things square with me. Financially, miscellaneous, I have a $30 target. Let's do 15. For subscriptions, I canceled my climate offset because I had found a better company to use, but then I forgot to subscribe to that better company called Glow Climate, and then with all this other stuff happening, I don't think I can add it back onto my plate. I still have Fabletics and Savage, but I cancel every month, so that's still 0 from them. I have to keep my monthly phone storage, and I canceled my YouTube Premium. I really enjoyed it. I thought the app was really valuable because I have extreme insomnia, and so to have everything, I like to fall asleep to like TV shows and different sounds. And YouTube has been really helpful with that, but that's okay. I paused it for now, and I'm going to go back to Pandora Plus because that's $5 instead of $13. And I'll see if I like it, and maybe I can use Spotify or something else to fall asleep to. So it's going to be $8.39 per month, which is a lot less than the $47 that I was paying. So, trying to cut back. I still think the right thing to do is dedicate some money to giving, so I'll still put 25 there. Fun money, I don't see the point of giving myself fun money. Like, I like to go to the movies and I wanted to see Lightyear, but where am I going to find the time and how am I going to enjoy myself? So, like, there's no point in trying to do that. I'll just assign this to dining out because I eat on the road whenever I drive places like long distance. And then I think we've pretty well established on this channel that I tend to stress eat complete shit. So I could assign less and put it elsewhere, but truthfully, I would just put it on my credit card and then go into debt, right? Like, I've already, what was this? I bought a water bottle and gummy worms, which ended up being terrible anyway. But yeah, I mean, I might as well be realistic with myself and still admit that I'm going to go out to eat because that's what I do when I'm happy, when I'm stressed, and like, I don't want to disappoint myself like by saying I'm not going to do it and then I do it. Any good vibes, prayers, like any forms of positive currency are accepted here. I'm going to take these numbers and then I'm going to put them in this document so I can track what I was actually budgeting on. And then I bought a new sheet on Etsy, which is like my go-to place. I'll share it in my description. And so it's a little bit more intense. It kind of does do forecasting a little bit because you put like literally every piece of income and like everything. And I put in my last 2 checks in here just so I could see if the data was working out. So you put everything in your budget sheet and then you put everything in your transactions sheet. And then you can see it by month, which I think YNAB already does a pretty good job of monthly. The only thing YNAB doesn't show you is like your budget versus your actual. And then it calculates the difference and whether you've been under budget or over budget. So you can see this dashboard as well of like what were you budgeting for, what actually happened, what was the difference, under, over. And then they give you this annual dashboard as well. And what I like about this is it also shows you, this should say investing, not saving. Yep, okay. But you can also see it broken down by like every single check, whether you were under or over budget. And then it includes like sinking funds here as well. And then this is really cool because by paycheck, you also get a dashboard. Well, so the monthly thing from the Etsy buyer, she created these specially for me because I asked her to and she did it for free and she was awesome. So definitely check her out. But if you want to deep dive into your actual versus budget for every single paycheck, you can. You can do it not only like in this overview, but you can do it for every single category. And you can choose like which paycheck you want to look at. It's all pretty interesting, to be honest. It is a little intense. It's a lot of information to take in and to digest. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with this, but this is something new I'm trying, and I'll see if I like the simpler version or I'll see if I like this kind of more intense version. But that is everything you need to know for now. So I really hope everything goes well for y'all and everything is smooth sailing because I think we could all just use a really easy summer. Oh, one thing I think I forgot to mention that I probably should is this eviction RV. So it says 0 and 0 because for the GoFundMe and for the fundraising we're doing and selling our stuff, every penny we raise is going here. I'm not counting it as income though, so it doesn't mess up my income report. Our target is 9,000. We have 29 days to get there. And we're pretty far from that. But my parents wanted me to hold all their money for them and put it aside for them. And I was like, yeah, I'll put it in a high interest savings account. So that's what this is. But I won't be spending this. Like, as soon as we're able to get them in a stable situation, they're going to take all this back. And they were joking with me, like, don't steal all the money. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't anyway, but I might as well share it with my followers. So that way, if I did steal the money, y'all would know. Which I'm not going to, but that's what that category is. But you can basically ignore that because that doesn't affect the rest of my budget. I don't even put it in RTA or anything. But yeah, okay, now I think that's everything. And I will see you in my July wrap up first of all, because that's going to be the easiest thing to do. And then I still have to do my mid-review where I cover my spending because, yes, I still do plan to do that. And then afterwards will be my next August budget video. I don't want to slow down with these videos because I feel like even when life gets hard, like you should still, there's no point in quitting when things get hard. That's when you need to push even harder and be more consistent. So wish me luck with that. I've rambled enough. Bye.